Last night, you got to watch Detroit in person in their playoff drought. First playoff win in I don't know how long. I heard it was
since 2008.
Yeah.
Since 2008.
Yeah,
like,
so I mean, that's good stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, very happy for them.
So that series is tied up. Obviously, Cade Cunningham led them last night. New York needed a 21-0 comeback in game one to come back and win that one. But last night, they couldn't do it. Are you surprised that the Pistons are hanging with the Knicks like this, giving them such
I'm
fits?
shocked. Yeah, so it's weird. I said before, my pick before the series was Knicks in 6. And so you might be like, oh, so you thought it would be tightly contested. And my answer was, no, not really. The way I thought it would go would be the Knicks win the first 2 in New York. Not easily, but comfortably. They then kind of relax a bit and lose game 3 in Detroit, which typically happens. They then win game 4 to retake control of the series and then relax a bit, lose a game 5, and then wrap it up in 6. So sometimes a 6-game series, there isn't a lot of... If it goes up 2-0, up 3-1, win in 6... There's not a lot of pressure points. And so I thought that the Pistons threw their best shot in game 1. The Knicks overwhelmed them with that 21-0 run where they looked frazzled, where they looked young, where they looked unable to find their offense. I was like, oh, okay. So that happened without anyone on the Knicks having this outlier game. So now they're just going to get rolled in game 2. And I mentioned losing all these bets. My bets on the Knicks were at the game at halftime. Because I was like, oh, the Pistons, they're up 6. The Knicks had, at that point, I got into the free throw line one time. I was like, they're going to get the calls in the second half. Cade will cool down. The Jalen will get rolling, and the Pistons won't have enough offense. And I was kind of right that all those things happened, except for Cade cooling down. The Knicks got, after shooting 2 free throws in the first half, shot 17 in the second half. The Pistons only made 6 3-pointers the entire game. Jalen, flopped around, but also, got to the bucket and scored. He scored 37. The problem for the Knicks was, other than Jalen Brunson and Miles McBride, who the hell was ready to play? I mean, Josh Hart did Josh Hart things, but he's not a reliable shooter. Karl-Anthony Towns
gotta wake up.
No-showed.
Yeah.
Just no-showed. I mean, it was, after such a good game 1 from Cat, he let the Pistons big men punk him throughout the night. The self-proclaimed greatest shooting big man of all time, only took 2 threes. OG couldn't slow down Cade on one end and couldn't get his offense going on the other end. And Mikal Bridges, who was okay, but man, missed so many what could have been not dagger, but game-changing threes. And now the Knicks, all of a sudden, with a somewhat banged-up Jalen Brunson, find themselves in a real fight. And the problem with that is this Pistons team is so young and so athletic that they are just going to keep coming. And I shouldn't say they're so young because they do play Tim Hardaway Jr. and Tobias Harris big minutes and Schroeder. But really, I'm talking about Cade, Jalen Duren, and Asar, who, I mean, he and his brother, if either one of them ever learn to shoot, look out, everybody. They're just defensive madmen, that are just insane athletes.
Quick,
just like
fast,
insane athletes. And they're just going to keep coming at you. And the Knicks, meanwhile, I mean, we know what Tibbs is going to do from a minutes perspective. everybody's going to be playing 40 plus, and now they're in a real fight. And I can't imagine how on fire that Pistons crowd is going to be. So,
Yeah.
like, that is the thing about not having won a playoff game since 2008. An underrated all-time run, by the way, DeMonze, was the 03 to 2008 Detroit Pistons. The Chauncey, Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace, Tayshaun Prince. 03, 50 wins, conference finalists. 04, 54 wins, upset the Shaq Kobe Lakers to win the championship. 05, 54 wins, lose in 7 to the San Antonio Spurs in the finals. 06, 64 wins, lose in the conference finals to Shaq D. Wade. 07, 53 wins, lose to 22-year-old LeBron in the conference finals. The 48 special game, you know what I mean, is what flips that series. 08, 59 wins, conference finals, lose to the Big Three Celtics. So that team from 03 to 08, 6 seasons, 50-plus wins every single year. Was that 7 seasons? Well, from 02 to 08, which is the 7 seasons, they had 50 wins every single year. But 03 to 08, they made the conference finals every single year. They made an NBA finals and won it. Made an NBA finals and lost to one of the best Spurs teams ever in 7. And the teams that beat them after they won the championship and then lost the finals in 7, they lost to I think I said Shaq Kobe Heat, the Shaq D. Wade Heat, LeBron, and the Big Three Celtics. But I say all that to say this. That was the last time they won a playoff game. The last playoff game that they won was played against Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett in 2008. George W. Bush was the president. Since then, they have made the playoffs 3 times. Swept. And since they were last swept by Giannis in 2019, they have won the following number of games: 20, 20, 23, 17, 14, and then this year 44. It's an unbelievable single season turnaround, and those kids now think they can win. And here's the other important thing they think. They think they have the best player in the series. And that is Cade, to me, this year had a better season than Jalen Brunson. I'm not ready to say he's a better player than Jalen Brunson, but on my fake All-NBA teams, I think I had Cade second team and Jalen third team. I'm pretty sure that's how I had it. And now the Pistons feel like we can beat them up. Karl-Anthony Towns is going to back down, and they are not afraid. And so I was shocked watching that last night and some breaking news, Sham says Dame is playing tonight. That's not, once he was upgraded to questionable, that's about what we expected. We'll talk about that in a bit with Pacers Bucks. But I thought last night that when the Knicks were slowly chipping away, DeMonze, that if they could just get over the hump, the Garden was so electric and the Knicks at that point were getting every call that I said, okay, I think they're going to win. And then to his credit, man, Dennis Schroeder.
Bang.
Yeah. But after the Schroeder 3, the Knicks had plenty of opportunities, man. The Schroeder 3 was obviously the biggest shot of the game. But after the Schroeder 3, and we ended up with, I got very lucky. I was able to buy kind of last minute some really good seats. So we were right behind the Knicks bench. Shout out John Turturro of Rounders and Severance and a bunch of other fame who we got to talk with for a moment. After that three by Schroeder, the Knicks' possessions were Jalen Brunson, pull-up three, decent look, miss. Mikal Bridges, pull-up three, wide open, miss. They then foul Schroeder. He only goes 1 of 2. So now there's 8 seconds left. You have your timeouts. You're down 4. Make a shot, and you're going to have a shot to tie it. And Jalen Brunson, open three, kind of, miss, and game over. And so just a brutal close to the game there for the Knicks.
How many
all
years?
Right, go ahead.
How many years before you think Cade Cunningham can make club superstar?
I guess I think this year's too early. But he's in contention, and I would expect him maybe to be in next year. And so I would expect next year. It'd be disappointed if he's not in next year. And listen, if they pull off this upset when the Knicks have, after Cade, do the Knicks have of the 5 best players in this series are 4 on the Knicks? Jalen, Cat, Bridges, OG, and Cade. Those are the 5 best guys in the series, right? It'd be pretty remarkable if he pulls this off. What's Matthew in the chat asking?
He says, does Mitch Robinson need more minutes?
I mean, if Karl-Anthony Towns is going to play like that, maybe. Or maybe you want to go super big and play them both, kind of kill your spacing, but I guess it won't kill your spacing because Cat's a shooter anyway, but you probably can't play Mitch and Josh Hart a ton of minutes together and have 2 just non-shooters out there.